January 15th, 2020, I lost my dad. And he died suddenly, just like that. And I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. And I woke up funky and I went, shit, what is it? And then I realized that was it. It was just like in here, in my wiring and in my constitution, that it was just hitting me, and it was heavy on my heart. So I wanted to share something with you guys. I know a lot of guys out there like me had a very complicated relationship with your dad. And now we're in this club where our dads are walking in the clouds. And like me, I had not only a complicated relationship with my dad died January 15, 2020. The day before Christmas Eve, we got into a huge fight, a massive fight on the phone. And it wasn't good. And we never reconciled. And I regret that. I will always regret that. And now that he's gone, I never had that chance to say goodbye. I never had that chance to reconcile. I just wish that I could hug him one more time and kiss him on the cheek and look him in the eyes and say, we're good. We're good. And all that other shit, you realize it just doesn't matter. And when they're gone, especially when they're gone, that shit, whatever you were arguing about, it really doesn't matter. And I wish I had that shot. So I want to tell for you dudes out there, and I know there's a lot of you because we have talked about this over the years, sharing messages back and forth. I understand and I get it. And what's interesting, and this has happened, a good friend of mine lost his dad. A few good friends of mine lost their dad this past year in 2024. You realize that even in a complicated relationship, what I realized with my dad is our complicated relationship was so ever present. And wildly enough, as the years went by and I traveled down the road of life and experience and became a father of my own 3 times, proud girl dad, you start to realize, man, my dad loved me, limited love with the limited capacity that he could love. But even with that limited capacity, he loved me with all he had. And I didn't realize that till much later in life. And then once he was gone, I really realized that. And the other part to this message is, I know that there's a lot of guys out there, I know, and a lot of them are my friends, and we've had this conversation, where you might be going through it with your dad now, and you might have a complicated, complex relationship with your dad. There's a lot of unsolved shit. This is what happens when, it's a testosterone-fueled relationship between a father and a son, especially that generation of my dad and this generation of me today. But what I want to tell you guys out there is, if you still got your dad around, heal that and reconcile that, because you don't want to be like me and be in a position like me where shit's fucked up. You want to talk about it. It's uncomfortable, and I get it, but take that leap. And I'd rather you be.
The Rock, original names Dwayne Johnson, shares a touching story. After 5 years down the road, his father died. The Rock's father was called Rocky Johnson, the WWE Hall of Fame wrestler. The two had complicated relationship, and Johnson said he had never reconciled with his father before he died. On 16 2025 January, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, shared a touching story on his Instagram page, saying that if at all you have your father outside there and the two of you are not in the good relationship, please sit down and solve those issues, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. That's the regret he's having up to date. He regrets never reconciling with his father before he died, because he didn't know that the father will leave him that soon. So please, I also beg, if at all you have any misunderstanding with any of your relatives, please sit down and solve those issues, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.